to another episode of EveryRing. That's Everything Wrestling. We are continuing the What If. What if Sasha Banks and Naomi had not been fired? WWE's women's division would have likely continued with them as champions, potentially leading to different storylines and title reigns, while AEW and TNA would not have had the opportunity to sign them. The butterfly effect of their departure might have been avoided, potentially changing subsequent events such as CM Punk's return to WWE and the Brawl-Out incident in AEW. WWE. Effect on WWE. Continued creative direction. The original plan for the Women's Tag Team Championship tournament would likely have been altered, and Banks and Naomi would have continued as the reigning champions for at least some time. The fact the WWE Women's Tag titles were not respected. Sasha Banks was multiple times world champion, so she has had plenty of success. So confronting the front office because the tag belts were not respected, so sticking around would possibly end the title's existence. Naomi also has had respect with past title reigns, but she hasn't been looked at the same way, so continue staying may have pushed her lower and lower the roster. Altered storylines. The creative direction of the women's division would have continued along the lines initially set, without the sudden need to strip them of their titles and create new plans. Sasha and Naomi are the biggest names in wrestling, so staying in WWE may have created a big ripple effect. Staying in WWE, the whole women's division may be totally different. Not standing up could hurt the women's division, which will lead to a bad domino effect. Again, not saying two would have, but being held down would ultimately look like a sign of subordinate behavior. It may not inspire the increased focus on the women's division. In a discussion, women could feel being disrespected and maybe not look at the WWE women's division. Okay, I'm going left field with this one. If not being fired where this event isn't made public could have left Vince McMahon on top. So that would create a bigger butterfly effect. Vince remains would possibly avoid the whole TKO purchase and that rabbit hole. So Sasha remaining in WWE could really go two ways for her. She slides back in the world title picture and be part of the plug-and-play women's division. Sasha Banks remaining in WWE could have altered the arrival of Stephanie Vaquer and Gilia. As mentioned, Naomi remaining would be interesting because she dropping in the roster and wasn't respected, which was unfortunate in the first place. So May 16, 2022 is a very important date for the world of women's wrestling. The walk-off was the thought process of the disrespect for the women's tag titles, so if they would have stayed other women. The disruptive act quickly put the tag division in a question, so if the tag champs stayed, the belts may have survived or may have not. The famous the women's tag belts are cursed came to play, and WWE may not have want to invest in the belts. We would not seen Judgment Day, the many women iteration development. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Raquel, Roxanne, now the Naomi piece of the puzzle. As said, WWE actually disrespected her prior by making her take pin after pin. This delusional may have led to early retirement, which thankfully didn't happen. Effect on AEW. AEW, no signings. There would have been no opportunity for AEW to sign Banks and Naomi, who were significant signings that generated considerable buzz and added talent to their women's roster. No major impact on Brawl-Out. The Brawl-Out incident in AEW, which involved CM Punk and the Elite, was indirectly linked to the aftermath of Banks and Naomi's walkout. Without their departure, the chain of events leading to the incident might have been different. Sasha Banks' Mercedes Mone has been the biggest star signed by AEW and revolutionized the women's division to help improve it vastly. The current Ultimo Mone has piqued the international interest in the world of women's wrestling. She has won gold in Mexico, Japan, and Europe, so not going to EU could have impacted the world view of women's wrestling. Sasha remaining in WWE could have changed the landscape in AEW. 1. Stephanie Vaquer and Gilia change direction and go to EU instead. 2. EU women's division remains stagnant. Let's be truthful, EU really didn't do much with the women's division and it could have led to more damage. EU pushed Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and other throwaway stars. Tony Khan seriously didn't care about this division and it could have gone far more south. TNA, no signing. TNA Impact Wrestling would also not have signed them. Banks and Naomi were significant signings for the promotion when they left WWE. Different impact. With Banks and Naomi in the promotion, TNA would have had two top-tier female wrestlers, potentially altering the landscape and main events of their women's division. Naomi Trinity staying in WWE and not going to TNA may not be impactful at face value, but it is actually impressive. Naomi in TNA actually opened the door to discussion of Jordynne Grace, so that domino effect lead to the NXT and now one of the greatest collaboration. So Naomi staying in WWE could have voided this great collab. So the butterfly effect of no Naomi may lead to no WWE move forward with the world dominance. Naomi quickly piqued interest in TNA for both intrigue and her own presence. So no Naomi could have killed TNA. Yes, it's that impactful, pun intended. No eyes on TNA may have killed the company. Naomi returning to the Royal Rumble was one of the biggest moments in wrestling history, so that being erased would have led to a big void. So Naomi and Sasha remaining could have seen a big change in the whole landscape. We could still have Vince McMahon running WWE. We could have a deflated women's division throughout the different companies. We would not see the current run for Ultimo Mone. Overall, the decision for Sasha Banks and Naomi to not be fired would have kept them in WWE, leading to a different trajectory for the women's division and the rest of the wrestling world. Again, proving wrestlers are very important in the trajectory of success. Everyone serves a purpose, especially in the world of wrestling. Now to discussion.
This is Asha Akila and I'm back. Seeing the condescending Nigel the Yeti wasn't available. We are going through the results of TNA turning points. Number 1. TNA Knockouts World Championship, Kelani Jordan defeated by Elegance by pinfall. Contrasting of styles made this match fun. by Elegance tried to use her height as an advantage, but Kelani Jordan just out-wrestled her opponent. Kelani Jordan returns. Number 2. Grudge match, AJ Francis defeated BDE by pinfall. Size versus inexperience. Relatively fun but nothing to scream about. Number 3. No DQ match, Indy Hartwell defeated Dani Luna by pinfall. Both young ladies were amazing. Indy breaking out as a hardcore star would be something interesting. As mentioned, both ladies just had a great match. Winner, Indy Hartwell. Tessa Blanchard says she's not medically cleared to compete, so replacing her in the tag title match will be Mila Moore. Number 4. Triple threat tag team match for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship, The Inspiration. Cassie Lee and Jessie Mackay, returned over the Angel Warriors, Leigh Ingley and Chia Brookside, and Mila Moore and Victoria Crawford by pinfall. What a great knockouts three-way. Inspiration is just so much fun in the ring. All 6 women put on a great match. Inspiration returns. Number 5. 6-man tag team match, Order 4, Mustafa Ali, John Scala and Jason Hodge defeated Cedric Alexander and the Hardy Boys, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, by pinfall. Wow, so much action where you blink and you missed everything. Mustafa Ali is just very talented and his chemistry with the entire group is just stellar. Order 4 wins. Number 6. Atman tag team match, The Rascals, Trey Miguel, Myron Reed, Zachary Wentz, and Desmond Xavier defeated The System, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, JDC, and Moose, by pinfall. The returning Desmond Xavier, Wesley, was the least kept secret. The match was amazing. The Rascals haven't lost a beat and the match was a masterpiece. The whole unit is back and could be something special. Rascals win. Eric Young says the cleanse is coming, and thinks Santino Marella is the mastermind behind all the NXT attacks. Number 7. TNA X Division Championship, Leon Slater, defeated Rich Swann by pinfall. Leon Slater is just too good to be so young. The chemistry between Leon and Rich Swann was amazing. Some rough bumps, but overall a spectacular match. Leon Slater returns. Number 8. Mike Santana and Steve McQueen defeated Frankie Kazarian and Nick Nemeth. Mike Santana showing up got the crowd excited. Solid match that leads to McQueen and Santana into the W column. The win leads to a masterful chaotic ending. Nemeth was then debating about cashing in his call your shot when a bunch of NXT superstars went on the attack again to end the show, with Santino Marella also being taken out. Wow, how exciting was Turning Point. Now to our ad and the discussion. Let's
Wow,
wrestle.
what a wonderful week of wrestling, so let's get into the discussion. This week the PWI top 250 women were announced. Number 1. Mercedes Mone, Ultimo Mone. 12 titles and leading the AEW Women's Division. Number 2. Timeless, Toni Storm. AEW's MVP and always entertaining. Number 3. Saya Kamitani. First international superstar that has impressed. Number 4. Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy time dominated Friday nights. Number 5. Stephanie Vaquer. NXT North American Championship. NXT Women's World Champion. WWE Women's World. What a year. Number 6. Io Sky. Former WWE Women's Champion and bestie of Rhea Ripley. Number 7. Athena. Raw Forever Women's Champion, 1000 plus days. Number 8. Sari. Marigold Champion and one of the most innovative women. Number 9. Naomi. WWE Women's Champion. Number 10. Rhea Ripley. Mrs. Wrestling, who has one of the biggest fan bases in wrestling. Staying with the women, AEW had the inaugural Women's Blood and Guts and it was a bloody good time where Skye Blue was the MVP. Last week, it was reported 2 WWE stars will be voicing zebras in Zootopia 2. The superstars are no other Roman Reigns and CM Punk. This week, Dave Bautista's movie Trap House was released with zero fanfare.
Alright, there it is. Let's do it. Yeah. Showtime.
Benito's sister's in El Paso.
Oh, she's still in here?
She's digging for you.
Look at this guy.
She's here to crack the cover identities of all you DEA agents. They're gonna find you. They're gonna wipe you out. And all of your families.
Manny was the best of us.
The DEA's death benefits are shit.
What about all that cash you seized in the raid? His dad died getting that money. Doesn't the DEA owe the family something?
It's not the way it works.
So if you die, I get a GoFundMe?
You want us to jack a drug cartel?
No, I want to jack a trap house owned by a cartel. I'd be the getaway driver, and then we have access to top-of-the-line DEA equipment.
Just letting y'all know, I'm also in.
Yeah, suck on my bag, biatch! Bingo!
Next, we're going to be hitting one of the Cabrera's money mules.
This is the second time the Cabreras have been hit, so no way in hell this is random.
This could be a rival cartel.
Oh my god, that was insane!
We don't get him, the cartel will, right? And they don't forget.
You're gonna get yourselves killed.
We got this.
No way.
Find out who it was and make an example out of him. I know what's going on. Stand down! Curry!
Also, it was reported, he is in the running for the role of Brainiac in Superman, Man of Tomorrow. It was reported Joe Hendry has signed with WWE. It's the worst kept secret, but it has been a solid relationship and now it's officially a start of something new. It was reported WWE Elimination Chamber will be hosted in Chicago at the United Center, returning to the States since 2021. It has been reported WWE has signed Russian athlete Jessica Bogdanov. This is another very athletic woman WWE has in their arsenal. WWE officially announced a 6-women elimination match to crown the vacated WWE ID Women's Champion. Brittany Brooks, Notorious Mimi, Tiara James, Ayrshire Demia, Nixie XS, are some of the stars. On Friday, in the John Cena tournament, Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, filled the surprise opponent for LA Knight. Now let's go to Matches of the Week, Wrestlers of the Week and Indie Star. Matches of the Week, WWE, Raw IC Championship Match, Dirty Dom C vs John Cena. The match was impromptu and was entertaining. It helped complete the Grand Slam status of John Cena's career, finally tackling his Moby Dick. NXT Last Man Standing for the NXT World Championship. Ricky Saints vs Tricky Williams. Brutal and athletic. It had garbage, kendos, and wall crashing. SmackDown. The US Open Challenge deserved the spot, but let's give other matches a chance. WWE World Champion Cody Rhodes vs Bronson Reed. It wasn't perfect, but it helped advance the story for War Games. AEW Blood and Guts Women's Match. Brutally bloody and just something special. This should have main event because it stole the show. Inventive and just so much brutally. TNA World Championship Mike Santana, C, vs Frankie Kazarian. While this wasn't a full match, it did help paint the story of the TNA lineage and added to the NXT-TNA relationship. Wrestlers of the Week. WWE, John Cena. The last time is now in big match. John added the only title that has awaited him, making the last match a bit more special. AEW, Skye Blue. Starting off the inaugural Women's Blood and Guts and just put on a show of toughness. She was a bloody mess but fought until the end. TNA, Frankie Kazarian. One of the original TNA stars finally climbed on top of the mountain. The new TNA World Champion is the definition of hard work and dedication with persistence. Indie Star of the Week. JDX, More Champion, RPW Rage Warriors Champion. This Midwest superstar is a great star to put feelers on. Well, that's another episode of EveryRing. That's everything wrestling. Chalo kushti karate hai.
In case you miss it. And Ashisa, I'm not conceited but always correct, so all praise the mighty Nigel the Yeti. As mentioned, welcome to In Case You Miss It, seeing the rest of EveryRing misses the stories. As mentioned in discussion, WWE signed a Russian athlete, but they also signed another international star. Cyrus Habibi Likio is a former Oregon Ducks running back. He is the grandson of Iran's former head military surgeon and comes from a Tongan family on his father's side. It's also reported, come January, SmackDown will return to the 3-hour format. This should have always been the case. With all the talent, 3 hours will help with showcasing the impressive roster. In the whole John Cena last time tournament, 2 more matches were announced on SmackDown, where Carmelo Hayes vs Bronson Reed and Penta vs Finn Balor. Also regarding John Cena's last time is now match, Undertaker announced he'll host a special 6 Feet Under show 24 hours prior to reflect the impact of the 17-time Grand Slam superstar. In AAA, it was announced the Creed brothers of American Made will make a long-awaited return to the ring against the triple tag champions of Psycho Clown and Pagano. Still, how did WWE drop the ball on the Creed brothers? In the world of drama, it was reported that Tegan Nox, Nixon Newell, and Miranda Elise had the debut several weeks ago in Aero on Dynamite, but on the following collision walked out because they didn't want to job out, creating an onslaught of wrestler reaction. The overall consensus were disappointed because there are several wrestlers that want TV time and don't get the chance, like these 2 disrespectful divas. So, that's another In Case You Missed It. And you are welcome for my presence until next time when you guys need me fix your problems. Let's wrestle, I guess. Adu.
Wrestling is something special, as you can see our human element dealt with a lot of superstars. King Kong Bundy, a wrestler deserving WWE Hall of Fame. Sherry Martel was an amazing person who helped revolutionize the women's division. The Crusher, who Milwaukee famous, was a classic star. Puppet the Midget was a bigger-than-life superstar who is both engaging and ahead of his time. Wrestling is life and we want to push it forward.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 14, Kenosha Community Television. Remember to tune into my program, Just Talkin', shown right here, Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. on Channel 14. On the program, we cover community events, talk to nonprofit organizations, and who knows, we may bump into a celebrity now and then. So remember to tune in to Just Talkin', Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. right here on Channel 14.
Kenosha Community Media. For 40 years it entertained, educated and produced local production for the city of Kenosha. Viewers like you not only can watch but be part of the channel by bringing in local flair. Spectrum Channel 14, Roku and Internet. KenoshaMedia.org. 262-564-6103. Address: Southwest Library, The Hub, 7979 38th Street, Kenosha, Wisconsin 53142.
EveryRing. That's Everything Wrestling is carrying out the tradition that was brought to you by Diablo Angelico and Danger Dan. The show must go on. Mondays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 6 p.m. on Kenosha Community Media. Channel 14 with Spectrum or on Roku KCM streaming. With EveryRing, That's Everything Wrestling will keep you updated and informed. Mondays at 5 p.m. Fridays at 6 p.m. Tune in and enjoy wrestling. The renaissance of wrestling is occurring as we speak, so be part of sports entertainment. Each week you can see the discussion with topics, wrestlers and matches of the week. Looking at the big three: WWE, AEW and TNA. So if you enjoy wrestling and everything that makes wrestling special, tune in KCM 14 on Mondays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 6 p.m. EveryRing. That's Everything Wrestling.
Boinker's Cartoon Apocalypse, where classic cartoons are revisited. Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sundays 10:30 a.m. If you enjoy classic and rare cartoons, you go to show. Nigel the Yeti is taking the reins while Mr. Boinkers add to the programming. The likes of Betty Boop, Popeye, Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, Mickey Mouse, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Felix the Cat and so much more. On Kenosha Community Media Channel 14, sit back with friends and family and relive the magic of morning cartoons. Wake up, gather the family and enjoy cereal and relive one's youth. Mr. Boinker's Cartoon Apocalypse, where whimsy is part of the magic. Join the other circus freaks where cartoons were fun and artistic. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Enjoy what made mornings special. Mr. Boinker's Cartoon Apocalypse, where classics fill the time.
Rewatching movie reviews without pompous and pretentious critics who have agendas. Kenosha Community Media Fridays at 5 p.m. and Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Cinephiles who like movies for entertainment and not rants and raves, who make the audiences feel bad for themselves. Weekly discussion on movies and with no alternatives. The movie reviews are to help audiences to make their decision. Not only are modern movies reviewed, but a discussion on hidden gems, where good movies that have fallen through the cracks and forgotten. So before you go out, check out What the Heck Are We Watching? On Kenosha Community Media Channel 14. Fridays at 5 p.m. and Saturdays at 10:30 a.m.
Just Turned Heel. Hosted by Danger Dan and Diablo Angelico. As seen on EveryRing, that's everything wrestling. Behind the curtain look at professional wrestling. A gritty shoot style of interviews where we look at various aspects of wrestling. Ever wanted to know what an indie star needs to do to get their foot in the door? Ever wanted to know what a booker does? Ever wanted to know the purpose of a referee is? Just Turned Heel will plunge into the world of wrestling and look at every facet. Just Turned Heel, YouTube exclusive, starting January 28, 2024.
Beware, take care. The little green dragon sits on your doorstep. He eats little boys, puppy dog tails, and big, fat snails. Beware! Pull the string! Pull the string! Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater can be viewed
on Saturdays at 9 o'clock, Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, and Fridays at midnight.
All right, ghoulies, you tune in. You won't be let down. Ha ha ha!